Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to break down a huge and, let's be honest, sometimes scary topic, investing. But don't worry, we're going to make it super simple with a little help from a monkey and a whole lot of bananas. So let's jump right in. You know, it all starts with a really simple idea. Our friend, the monkey, he wants a banana, but not just for right now. He's thinking bigger. He wants a future that's just packed with bananas. And that simple thought, well, that's the whole reason any of us even think about investing. So, how in the world does our monkey go from wanting one banana to having a whole lifetime's worth? It's not magic, not at all. It's a strategy. And that simple secret, the one that leads to a million banana trees, that's what we call investing. Okay, so what is investing, really? Let's keep it simple. Imagine the monkey plants a banana tree. Now, at first, it doesn't look like much, but by putting in just a little bit of effort and giving it a lot of time, that one tiny tree can grow into something absolutely massive. It's all about putting your resources, your money, or in this case, your bananas, to work for you. And check this out. This is where the real power of time kicks in. In year one, it's just a single, lonely tree. But let's fast forward a decade, and boom, monkey's got a nice little grove going. And after 40 years of just letting it do its thing, that grove has turned into a forest of a million banana trees. This is the magic of long-term growth. It's called compounding, and it is powerful stuff. Okay, but this brings up a pretty good question, right? Why not just save? I mean, why can't monkey just collect his money, let's call it leaves, and just stash it under a rock? It feels safer, doesn't it? Well, let's dig into why that might not be the best plan after all. See, when monkey puts his leaves in a bank, they just sit there. They don't really do anything. They get kind of lonely. But when those same leaves are put into the market, when they're invested, they suddenly have a job to do. They have the potential to grow into a much bigger pile of leaves. And then there's this sneaky villain we have to talk about, inflation. Let's just say the price of bananas goes up by about 3% every single year. So what does that actually mean for that pile of leaves monkey has saved up? It means that every year, his pile of leaves buys him fewer and fewer bananas. It's losing its power. But if his investments are growing at, say, 6% a year, he's not just keeping up with the rising cost of bananas. He's actually getting ahead. His pile of leaves, his wealth, is truly growing bigger and stronger. All right, so monkey's on board. Investing is the way to go for sure. But now he's at a fork in the road. There's a choice to make. Does he become an active, hands-on researcher trying to outsmart everyone, or does he become a calm, consistent, passive planter? Now, the active path, it's intense. We're talking hours and hours of research, trying to time the market perfectly, buying what people call the dip. It's a lot of work. But the passive path, it's totally different. It's all about consistency. You just invest a set amount, like 10 leaves, every single week, no matter what's happening. This simple, really powerful strategy has a name. It's called dollar cost averaging. And yeah, after trying to be some kind of active investing genius, watching all the charts and reading reports all night, our friend realizes something pretty important. He just has a massive headache. And honestly, this is why for most of us, especially when we're starting out, the simpler path is often the much, much smarter one. So if monkey decides to go down that passive path, what's the best tool for the job? Well, this brings us to one of the most effective and popular tools out there, especially for beginners, the index fund. The idea here is, instead of trying to find the single best banana tree in the entire jungle, why not just own a tiny piece of the whole orchard? So, an index fund is basically just a big bundle of different stocks all packaged together. For instance, a really popular type of index fund lets you buy a tiny, tiny piece of the top 500 companies in the market all at once. You're not just betting on one horse to win the race, you're betting on the whole race itself. With an index fund, you own a little slice of Banana Co. and Monkey Tech and Jungle Transport and hundreds of other companies. So let's say Banana Co. has a really bad year and their stock tanks. It's okay. Your whole investment doesn't take a huge hit because you've got those other 499 companies helping to balance things out. This whole strategy has a name, and if you remember one word from today, make it this one: diversification. By spreading your investment out across tons of different things, you automatically lower your overall risk. It's probably the closest thing you'll get to a safety net in the investing world. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how does monkey actually get started? How do you go from understanding all this stuff to actually planting your very first banana tree? Let's break down the practical first steps. It's easier than you think. First things first, just take a look at your budget. How many extra leaves do you have lying around each month? Second, and this is important, remember that you can start small. You don't need a fortune to get going. And third, make it easy on yourself. Use an app to automate your investments so it just happens in the background without you having to think about it. Now, as you get started, it's so important to avoid the classic rookie mistakes. Don't invest money that you need for rent next month. Remember, this is a long-term game, so don't expect to get rich overnight. Stay consistent, don't panic and sell everything when the market gets a little shaky, and please, please avoid anything that sounds way too good to be true. It always is. So there you have it. Investing isn't really about being some Wall Street genius. It's about something much simpler. Planting a tree, taking care of it consistently, and just having the patience to watch it grow over time. Your future grove of banana trees is waiting for you. The only real question left is, when are you going to start?